and issues of carjacking. The government's acted on those issues of concern and recently introduced new tough laws to deal with these matters, and I'll introduce the Attorney-General Martin Bacour to give further information.
Thank you, Robin, and it's a pleasure to be here today. Thanks everyone for coming, and thank you to the Minister for Multicultural Affairs, Robin Scott, for helping to organise today's meeting. As Robin's indicated, the government is well aware that there has been significant concern in the community generally and in the Chinese community specifically about an upsurge in carjacking and home invasion. It's why the government has introduced legislation to deal specifically with carjackings and home invasions. We have introduced legislation which will create 4 new offences: carjacking, aggravated carjacking, home invasion and aggravated home invasion. Those offences will have serious penalties attached to them, from 15 years to 25 years jail for the serious offences of aggravated carjacking and aggravated home invasion. The aggravated elements of both of those offences, carjacking and home invasion, will have a statutory minimum penalty of 3 years imprisonment, and home invasion, aggravated home invasion and aggravated carjacking will all be show cause offences, which means that there will effectively be a presumption against bail for people charged with those offences, and that presumption against bail will apply to both adults and to minors. So this is a very serious response to a growing problem. We know that there are particular cohorts of people that are engaging in this behaviour. Victoria Police, through Operation Cosmos, have been very successful in terms of arresting and charging many people involved in these types of offences, but it is important that the government, through legislation, demonstrate how seriously we are dealing with this matter as well. I should also indicate that in regards to sentencing, the government has already indicated that it plans to do a number of other things. It plans to introduce legislation this year to restrict the sorts of offences for which community correction orders can be applied. Community corrections orders are a useful tool, but it is the government's view that they have been applied too broadly, and we are going to limit the sorts of offences that can attract community corrections orders. And we have also indicated that next year we'll be legislating to introduce standard sentences for a range of offences, which will replace the baseline sentencing regime which was thrown out by the Court of Appeal. So in regards to a range of approaches, the government is demonstrating that it is very serious about dealing with gangs like the Apex gang, but not just them, other people that are engaging in this type of very concerning behaviour. People are entitled to feel safe in their beds at night. They are entitled to feel safe in their motor vehicles. And it is very important that the government send a strong signal about how seriously we intend to deal with people that invade the sanctity of someone's home, that threaten them, that steal their cars, and other crimes of that nature. And that is what we are doing via this legislation.